Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 7 of 24 here in Season 6 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. One of 3 B-Division NOSSCAR leagues hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. Let's get to your starting grid, folks. We're here at Texas Motor Speedway, and Timac in the 24 is on the pole. On the outside of row 1, Punisher Drummer in the 38, soon to be driving the 21 car full-time. Contract has been signed. Row 2, Kansas Kids on the inside in the 15 car, and Just Ken 03 on the outside in the 78. Inside of row 3, Caleb Starr, former X2 Series race winner in the 95. Larson Rocks in the 31 car. 4 X2 Series victories. RJ Haywood in the 42 car inside of row 4. He will start 7th. He is currently 5th in the standings in the Sportsman Series. THR Hard Pickle in the 2 car beside him on the outside of row 4. Row 5 on the inside, you got Gavin in the 25, Twitch Whiskers in the 48. Twitch Whiskers currently 6th of 25 drivers in the Sportsman Series standings. Row 6 on the inside, you got Kevin Long Isle in the 35 car. Rockin' Lunatic in the 41 car, and the new guy, the rookie, Killer Miller in the 47 car. And time to get the action underway here at Texas Motor Speedway, and the green flag is out. Timac in the 24 takes a bit of an early advantage, and now Ken slides up in front of Punisher Drummer to take 2nd. Kansas Kids in the 15 car runs in 4th. Caleb Starr in the 95 runs in 5th. RJ Haywood in 6th in the 42 car. THR Hard Pickle in the 2 car runs in 7th. And they are battling for the lead early here at Texas Motor Speedway, and Ken coming out of turn 2 made contact with the outside wall. And you got to believe he's got a little bit of damage after that. Punisher Drummer all over the back bumper of Ken, and that's a battle for 2nd. Caleb Starr in the 95 car is now in 4th. He got around Kansas Kids in the 15 car. Kansas Kids now back to 5th. Punisher Drummer tucked in line behind Ken. Tried to make a run on the bottom, and it couldn't quite work. And it didn't quite work, rather. Ken likes the outside line, it appears, whereas Punisher Drummer is running the bottom, but he's finding some speed down there on the inside line. Every now and then he gets a run alongside the 78, but he's unable to keep the car alongside the 78 without sliding up into the side of him. So he's electing to get out of the throttle and tuck in behind him like a professional driver. Kansas Kids running in 5th in the 15 car, starting to close in on this battle. Caleb Starr has been right behind it, had a front row seat since the beginning of the battle here for 2nd, and this is allowing Timac in the 24 to cruise away a little bit here at Texas Motor Speedway. 13 drivers made it here to the feature event, and 16 drivers will be credited with points. All NOSSCAR X2 Series races are 20% distance races, 20% distance of real-life Cup Series events. No custom setups, no cautions, no driving assists, damage on full, and the tire wear and the fuel use ×3. So these drivers will be making plenty of pit stops here at Texas Motor Speedway. This is a 62-lap race here at Texas Motor Speedway, and they have already completed 7 or 8, I'm pretty sure. Perhaps more. They are clicking off some very fast lap times here. Punisher Drummer still trying to work the inside of Just Ken. That's still a battle for 2nd. And Kansas Kids in the 15 is running a groove or 2 lower than Caleb Starr in the 95. And he's been challenging him for the 4th position. And it looks like it's Larson Rocks in the 31 car, up to 6th position here at Texas Motor Speedway. And it must have been some sort of issue for RJ Haywood in the 42, because moments ago he was in the 6th position. And problems there for Ken. He comes out of turn 2, scrapes the outside wall. Now he's going to lose 2nd to Punisher Drummer, and he's going to lose 3rd to Caleb Starr. So put Ken back into the 4th position now. Oh, never mind. He had some strength on the outside line that most recent time through. And he was able to stay in front of Caleb Starr, and he remains in 3rd place. Remember, Ken is a former NOSSCAR Short Track Series champion, one of 3 C Division NOSSCAR leagues. However, you're watching one of the NOSSCAR X2 Series events, which is one of 3 B Division NOSSCAR leagues. However, all 3 B Divisions and all 3 C Division leagues here in the world of NOSSCAR are hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. Caleb Starr in the 95 has now taken 3rd, and just when I say that, Ken in the 78 pops back in front of the 95. And now Kansas Kids in the 15 is getting a challenge from Larson Rocks in the 31, and that's a battle for 5th and 6th, folks. Getting a report that it is THR Hard Pickle in the number 2 car running in 7th, Gavin in the 25 car running in 8th, Twitch Whiskers in the 48 car running in 9th, and Kevin Long Isle in the 35 car running in 10th here at Texas Motor Speedway. They're all chasing the 24 car driven by Timac. For more information on how to sign up and become a driver, go to NOSSCAR.com. Go to the schedules page to find out when we race. Go to the drivers page to see who's in the leagues. Go to the B Division page to see the results for the Endurance Series, the X2 Series, the Milner Cup Series. Go to the C Division page to see all the information for the Short Track Series, the Draft Series, and the Sportsman Series. And of course that A Division page, you might be wondering about those. 3 A Division leagues will be hosted on the NASCAR Heat 2 video game on the PlayStation 4 console. Those 3 A Division NASCAR leagues will be launched for the first time on January 15th, 2018, with a very, very realistic schedule, 1 race per week. And we will be finding out who the 2018 NASCAR A Division champions will be by the time I would say September or October of the 2018 mark comes around. Back to the race action. Timac the leader, Punisher Drummer 2nd, Ken in 3rd, and it looks like Kansas Kids has worked his way around Caleb Starr. In fact, I think Caleb Starr is on pit road. He is, and so is RJ Haywood in the 42. So some short pit strategy here at Texas Motor Speedway. Short pitting strategy deployed by Caleb Starr. And now if you're a little bit new to racing or online racing, you might be wondering why would they pit sooner than they actually have to. If you pit a couple of laps before the other drivers, you have the first opportunity to have 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles and therefore be much faster than the drivers staying out on old tires. Therefore, when the other drivers on old tires go in and make their pit stop a few laps later, they will be much further behind the drivers who short pitted. However, the coin does flip. Once those drivers make their pit stop late, they have fresher tires for the run. However, catching drivers is one thing and passing them is another, so short pitting really can win you the race, especially if you do not have to pit an extra time. Wondering when we're going to see the 24 on pit road. He's still on the racetrack. Oh, and right when I say that, Timac in the 24 on pit road, Punisher Drummer in the 38 on pit road, the rookie Killer Miller in the 47 car is on pit road. THR Hard Pickle, Twitch Whiskers in the 48 car, Kevin Long Island in the 35, all on pit road, now leaving pit road. Scheduled green flag pit stops here in the NOSSCAR X2 series. There goes Twitch Whiskers. That's RJ Haywood in the 42 car on the racetrack coming around here. And Timac in the 24, Punisher Drummer in the 38, Killer Miller in the 47, now leaving pit road. Going to rejoin the racetrack. And there's Ken in the 78 car. Oh, it looked like Twitch Whiskers in the 48 got loose on the apron coming out of pit road, and she ended up making a little bit of contact with the inside wall. She's going to gather up and continue on. And now Ken right behind Timac in the 24. He pit a lap or two sooner than Timac in the 24 and Punisher Drummer in the 38 for that matter. And that is why the 78 car is right behind the 24. He was able to make up a lot of ground during the pit cycles, choosing to short pit by a lap or two. However, now Timac has a couple of lap fresher tires than just Ken in the 78, and he might be able to start pulling away here. I think the two at this point that we need to keep our eye on is Timac in the 24, Punisher Drummer in the 38. They're both on the same fuel strategy and both hungry for the win. Punisher Drummer looking for his 5th career NOSSCAR X2 Series victory. Looked like Ken bounced off the wall again coming out of turn 2. It's been a bit of a hot spot for him in this race. Out front, it's Timac in the 24 car, simply just cruising. He's having a good race here at Texas Motor Speedway. It's Ken in the 78 car in second, Punisher Drummer in the 38 car in third. First round of green flag pit stops is complete. We'll be right back to commentary here at Texas Motor Speedway. We're approaching the second round of green flag pit stops here at Texas Motor Speedway. Don't go anywhere. We're still coming right back. Just Ken in the 78 car has surrendered third. He's already on pit road. He's leaving his pit stall as we speak. Head over to NOSSCAR.com for details on how to sign up and become a driver. We'll be back. Quick note here, guys. The leader, Timac in the 24, second place, Punisher Drummer in the 38 on pit road, as well as the 35 of Kevin Long Isle. Kansas Kids in the 15 car on pit road as well. We're still coming right back. Another quick note, the 78 has now taken the race lead for the time being. Question becomes, can he make it to the end on fuel? We know that Timac in the 24 and the 38 will be very close even, and they have been pitting 3 or 4 laps later than the 78. So it's going to be close. Well, you guys saw it during NOSSCAR nonstop there. Timac with a huge move through the grass. It kind of looked like Kevin Long Isle in the 35 went low and then he went back up high because he had 2 lead lap cars on both sides trying to get around him. And Timac elected to go through the grass and make a big move for the race lead. And now Punisher Drummer runs in second, but remember they have about 4, maybe even 5 lap fresher tires than the 78. But I think that the most important thing here is that they have 4 or 5 laps extra fuel. Punisher Drummer and Timac are trying to make it to the end on one more pit stop. We're fairly certain that the 78 is going to have to come down pit road again. Oh, and the 78 made contact again with the outside wall coming out of turn 2. I believe that's the 4th time this race that we've captured on film of the 78 car doing that. And we should also report to you that Larson Rocks in the 31 car has been staying out an extra 2 laps past Punisher Drummer and Timac in the 24, is like 2 or 3 laps even. So Larson Rocks has been leading some laps here. He gets the bonus point for that. Now the leader, Timac, works his way around his teammate, Twitch Whiskers, who is now 2 laps down here at Texas Motor Speedway, not having the run she was hoping for. And Punisher Drummer in the 38 car takes the race lead from Timac in the 24. That is the first lap all race long. Punisher Drummer has led, so he has now captured the bonus point for leading a lap. Remember, it's not 1 point per lap led. It's simply 1 point if you lead 1 lap or more, and then another point if you lead the most laps. And it looks like Punisher Drummer had to slow down because THR Hard Pickle had a connection issue, and his number 2 car appeared in front of... It appeared to have crashed and then spun right in front of Punisher Drummer in the 38 car. But then he went back into his actual position, and Punisher Drummer in the 38 car had to really get on the brakes. And now we're getting a report that Just Ken in the 78 has pit a few laps ago. Punisher Drummer pit the most recent lap, that last time by. So that means Timac in the 24, I was going to say, is coming in this time by, but he must have saved a lap or 2 extra fuel, more than Punisher Drummer, at some point in this fuel run. 2 laps of extra fuel apparently over the 38 of Punisher Drummer. Timac now circles turn 4, and he's going to come down pit road for his service. Kansas Kids in the 15 car pit that last time by. He leaves pit road. Kevin Long Isle in the 35 leaving pit road. And there's Larson Rocks. Now we know that Larson Rocks needs to pit again. And oh, Kevin Long Isle spins coming out of pit road on the back straightaway. Tough break for the 35. He was running inside the top 10. I believe he still might be, I'm not sure. Now we know that Larson Rocks is the race leader right now. In fact, he has Timac 1 lap down. But Larson needs to pit before the end of this race. But at least he knows that he can make it to the end after he makes this next pit stop. For example, drivers like Just Ken in the 78, Punisher Drummer in the 38, RJ Haywood in the 42, Caleb Starr in the 95, they all need to pit once more. Gavin in the 25 as well. In fact, Gavin just came off of pit road that last time by. Larson Rocks in the 31 car is going to surrender the race lead to Timac in the 24. Larson now comes down pit road. This puts Punisher Drummer in second place. It puts Just Ken in third. Kansas Kids in the 15 car runs in fourth. And we're not sure where Larson Rocks is going to pop out after this, but we think that he's going to be... We're waiting for him to come off of pit road. He's still there. And now if we're getting a report that Larson Rocks is going to come off pit road in 5th place, behind Kansas Kids and behind Just Ken. Remember, Ken needs to pit, though, we think, before the end of this race. And Kansas Kids, we think in the 15 car, can make it to the end on fuel. But now Larson Rocks is right behind the 15, and he's got fresher tires than Kansas Kids, so he might be able to work his way up to 3rd position, Larson Rocks. So if Larson Rocks can get up to 3rd, then he is in the catbird seat. If Timac in the 24... and Punisher Drummer in the 38 could not make it to the end on fuel. They are going to be close. However, Timac having the breathing room that he does over Punisher Drummer right now, it might be allowing him to save a little bit of fuel. And now Gavin in the 25, remember he is, I believe Gavin is 1 lap down in 7th place right now. The first car 1 lap down. And there's Ken in the 78 coming off of pit road. He made his final pit stop. He was several laps short of the finish on fuel, so he elected to come down pit road and grab the gas that he needed. Now, if Timac can make it to the end on fuel, this is going to be his 26th career NOSSCAR X2 Series victory. And it will also be his 34th career NOSSCAR B Division victory overall. He has 7 wins in the NOSSCAR Milner Cup Series. He has 1 win in the NOSSCAR Endurance Series. And he's closing in perhaps on his 26th career NOSSCAR X2 Series win. Currently holds 25 most all time. Now remember, the 78 and the 25, they both just got around Timac in the 24, but they are not fighting with him for position. Timac in the 24 is simply trying to make it to the end on fuel. He knows that he and Punisher Drummer are roughly in the same boat on gas. Timac has a lap or 2 extra over the 38, 2 laps extra, in fact, over the 38 of Punisher Drummer for fuel. Larson Rocks runs in 3rd. There's, at the very end of the straightaway back there, that was, the yellow car was Punisher Drummer, number 38, running in 2nd. And he's hoping that Timac runs out of fuel, but like we said, I think that if anyone runs out of fuel between these two, it's going to be Punisher Drummer, because he's got a lap or 2 less, 2 laps less fuel than Timac in the 24. And now after Ken's pit stop in the 78, he is running in 5th position. Kansas Kids in the 15 car runs in 4th. He is safe to make it to the end on fuel. Larson Rocks in the 31 car runs in 3rd. He is safe to make it to the end on fuel. The question is, does Punisher Drummer and Timac 11 in the 24 have enough fuel to get to the end? Timac comes out of turn 2. Looks clean. He's been running the inside or the middle for most of the race. Having a very strong run. Caleb Starr coming down pit road over there. And the white flag is in the air for Timac in the 24. And problems there for Killer Miller in the 47, and that was a near collision for not only the 25 of Gavin, but Timac in the 24, but he's going to round turn 4 for the final time at Texas Motor Speedway, and he's going to win for the 26th time in his X2 Series career. Well on his way, perhaps, to a 4th X2 Series championship. Head over to NOSSCAR.com, guys, to find out more about how to sign up and become a driver. Punisher Drummer finishes 2nd, Larson Rocks 3rd, Kansas Kids 4th, Just Ken 5th, Caleb Starr 6th, Gavin in 7th, Kevin Long Isle in 8th, RJ Haywood 9th, Twitch Whiskers 10th, Killer Miller in 11th, you saw him spin at the end there, unfortunately, Rockin' Lunatic in 12th, and THR Hard Pickle 13th. They are the 13 that made it to the feature race out of the 16 drivers that will receive points for today's event at Texas Motor Speedway. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Congratulations to Ty Mack and the number 24 car. Head over to NOSSCAR.com. All races are uploaded to YouTube. All race results are posted on the Facebook page. Have a good day, everybody.